There are voices that speak, and then there are voices that sing. Some voices simply convey information, while others resonate with a deeper, more profound truth. Andrea Gibson's voice was a song of the human spirit, a melody woven from vulnerability, strength, and unwavering honesty. They were a poet, a performer, a truth-teller, fearlessly laying bare the complexities of the human experience, whose words became a home for so many, a sanctuary where hearts could find solace and understanding. Andrea stood on stages not just to recite poetry, but to ignite a spark of recognition in every listener, but to build bridges between hearts, connecting souls through shared experiences and raw emotion. Experiences, creating a tapestry of human connection that transcended boundaries, and the truths we hide, the secrets we bury deep within ourselves, afraid to confront them. Their work was a testament to vulnerability, a powerful reminder that it's okay to be imperfect, to be broken, showing how our deepest wounds can become our greatest strengths, how the scars we carry can become badges of honor. Andrea didn't just write poems, they lived them, embodying the very essence of their words, gifting honesty to a world hungry for it, a world desperately seeking authenticity and genuine connection. Their impact wasn't measured in awards or accolades, but in the countless souls who felt truly seen, validated, understood, and less alone in their struggles. In a world that asks us to shrink, Andrea chose to expand, to take up space and shine brightly, celebrating the vastness and beauty of identity, embracing the spectrum of human experience with open arms. Their poetry was a guide through love, in all its messy, complicated, and beautiful forms, loss, navigating the depths of grief with empathy and understanding, and self-discovery, urging us to look inward and embrace our authentic selves, reminding us we are all masterpieces in progress, constantly evolving, learning, and growing. Andrea's journey began in Calais, Maine, a small town with a big heart, discovering spoken word, finding their voice and their passion on the stage, and winning the first Women of the World Poetry Slam in 2008, a testament to their talent and dedication. But their mission was always about connection, fostering a sense of belonging and community, creating space where every story mattered, where every voice could be heard and celebrated. They taught us poetry is a universal language of feeling, a way to connect with others on a deeply human level. Not an exclusive club, but a welcoming space for everyone to share their truth. Andrea Gibson gave us a blueprint, a roadmap for navigating life with authenticity and grace, for living with fierce grace and unwavering love, a love that extends to ourselves and to others. Their words became anthems for the marginalized, giving voice to the voiceless and hope to the forgotten, lullabies for the brokenhearted, offering comfort and solace in times of pain, and battle cries for the hopeful, inspiring us to fight for a better world, a more just and equitable future. Andrea's light lives on, a beacon of hope and inspiration for generations to come, in everyone who dares to tell their story with courage, in every act of vulnerability and every expression of truth. Andrea Gibson's poetry was more than just words on a page. It was a mirror reflecting our deepest struggles, the ones we often keep hidden. It held up a glass to the parts of ourselves we were afraid to confront, but it also reflected our triumphs, those hard-won victories that deserve to be celebrated. And perhaps most importantly, our deepest desires, the dreams that fuel us and give our lives meaning. They had a remarkable ability to make the personal universal, to find the common threads that connect us all. This was especially true in their exploration of gender identity, which they approached with such raw honesty and vulnerability. Andrea's journey of becoming, of shedding old skins and embracing their true self, was an inspiration to so many. They gave language to feelings that many carried in silence, offering solace and validation to those who felt unseen. By embracing their non-binary identity, openly and proudly, they used poetry as a powerful act of self-definition, a declaration of freedom and authenticity. Their poems weren't just about gender, though that was certainly a significant part of their work. They were about the fundamental human right to name ourselves, to define our own existence, and to live without apology or shame. Andrea's language was clear, direct, and remarkably accessible, cutting through pretense and reaching straight to the heart. They had a gift for making every emotion, no matter how raw or vulnerable, worthy of a poem, worthy of being expressed and shared. Their performances weren't just readings. They created safe harbors, spaces of radical acceptance, where everyone was welcome, valued, and celebrated for who they are. By bravely sharing their own anxieties, their own insecurities, and their own struggles, Andrea gave everyone in the audience permission to be imperfect, to embrace their flaws, and to love themselves unconditionally. Their poems were more than just words, they were acts of communion, connecting us through our shared humanity, reminding us that we are all in this together. People gathered at Andrea's performances not just for poetry, not just for entertainment, but for truth, for connection, and for the profound sense of acceptance that permeated the room. Andrea's stage was a sacred space, a place where no one was judged or criticized, only seen, heard, and deeply understood. They reminded us that our broken pieces don't diminish us. They make us beautiful, unique, and whole. Through their powerful and moving art, Andrea Gibson showed us, time and time again, that we are never truly alone. For Andrea Gibson, the personal was always political. Their poetry tackled war, inequality, and homophobia, not with anger alone, but with empathy. Poems like Ashes wove personal loss with critiques of a world too quick to choose violence. Andrea's activism was rooted in fierce love, especially for those on the margins. They championed LGBTQ+ rights, offering strength and validation through their work. Their poetry imagined a better world, insisting on hope and compassion. Andrea's political voice was powerful because it was personal, grounded in shared experience, not authority. They invited us to engage, think critically, and find our own role in justice. Their work reminds us, the most radical act is to insist on love in the face of hate. Andrea challenged us to see our common humanity and believe in the quiet revolution of kindness. Their legacy is one of relentless, beautiful hope. The fight for justice, Andrea taught us, begins in the heart. In 2021, Andrea Gibson received news that would change their life forever. They were diagnosed with stage 4 ovarian cancer. The diagnosis came after a period of uncertainty and medical examinations. It was a devastating blow, a moment that could have easily defined them. The news sent shockwaves through their world, bringing with it a wave of emotions. Yet Andrea, ever the artist, turned to poetry. They began transforming their diagnosis, this monumental challenge, into a new, powerful chapter of their life and work. They wrote and spoke about illness with heartbreaking honesty and raw, unfiltered inspiration. Their words resonated deeply with audiences, offering solace and understanding. Their poems fearlessly explored the often harsh realities of treatment, the physical and emotional toll it took. They didn't shy away from the fear, the anxiety that gnawed at the edges of their hope. But amidst the struggle, they also discovered and shared the unexpected grace found along the way, the moments of peace and clarity that emerged from the chaos. Andrea's work, born from this experience, became a powerful testament to resilience, a beacon of hope for others facing similar battles. It was a testament to showing strength even in fragility, proving that vulnerability could be a source of immense power. They refused to be defined or limited by cancer, continuing to create art, to connect with others, and to live life on their own terms. On stage, Andrea fearlessly demystified terminal illness, bringing it out of the shadows and into the light. They were breaking the silence and shame that often surrounds sickness, encouraging open and honest conversations. Their vulnerability, their willingness to share their deepest fears and hopes became a superpower, a source of connection and healing for themselves and others. It was unlocking shared humanity and facilitating healing through the power of art and community. Andrea's journey with cancer became a profound lesson in living, a reminder to cherish each moment. It was about embracing each day with gratitude and intention. It was about loving fiercely, without reservation. And it was about finding beauty in the small moments, the everyday miracles that often go unnoticed. Their poetry from this time is a powerful and moving love letter to life itself, a celebration of its joys and sorrows. They faced mortality with unwavering courage and grace, showing us how to live fully even in the face of death. They were ensuring their final words, their lasting legacy, were about love, art, and the enduring power of the human spirit. Andrea didn't let the diagnosis be the final word, the defining moment of their story. Instead, they made sure the story ended with hope, with a message of resilience and the enduring power of love. Their legacy is the precious gift of being alive, of embracing each moment, and of using our voices to create a more compassionate world. Amid their greatest battle, Andrea Gibson was not alone. Their partnership with poet Megan Falley was a beacon of strength and tenderness. Megan was caregiver, collaborator, and anchor, managing appointments, offering comfort, and celebrating victories. Their love was practical magic found in shared glances and quiet moments. Andrea's poetry celebrated this connection, showing true partnership as a safe harbor. Their love was a testament to queer joy and the power of devotion. Andrea wrote about Megan with wonder and gratitude, painting a portrait of love tested and strengthened by adversity. Their story reminded us that love is a potent form of healing. Through honesty about caregiving and being cared for, they invited us into their world. Their love remains a poem in itself. Beyond Megan, Andrea was held by a wide, loving community. Friends became family, offering practical help and emotional support. This chosen family brought laughter, comfort, and unwavering presence. Andrea's career of building community came full circle as that community rallied around them. Their family of origin provided history and stability, a deep well of comfort. Fans worldwide sent messages, organized fundraisers, and shared stories of how Andrea's poetry changed lives. This global embrace affirmed Andrea's impact, showing their work created a community that transcended geography. Andrea was never alone. Their journey was buoyed by a chorus of love. In their final years, Andrea Gibson gave us one last gift, the documentary Come See Me in the Good Light. Directed by Barbara Koppel, it's an intimate portrait of Andrea's life after their cancer diagnosis. The film is not about dying, but about living, finding joy, love, and art in uncertainty. We see Andrea performing, creating, and sharing quiet moments with Megan. The documentary doesn't shy from pain, but focuses on the light found even in darkness. Audiences were deeply moved by Andrea's courage and the film's honesty. It became a space for communal grieving and celebration, a testament to Andrea's deep connection with their audience. The film ensures Andrea's story, in their own words, will inspire for generations. It's a masterclass in facing mortality with grace and humor. Andrea's final act, a request to be remembered for the brilliant light they brought to the world. Andrea Gibson's influence on poetry is immeasurable. They pioneered modern spoken word, bringing poetry to vibrant living stages. Their style, raw honesty and rhythmic delivery, inspired countless others to find their voice. Andrea broke barriers between poet and audience, making performance a shared experience. Their courage, on stage, in identity, and in illness, was contagious. It gave others permission to be brave, to face challenges with strength and grace. The love surrounding Andrea in their final days reflected a life built on kindness and connection. Their voice may be quiet now, but its echo will resonate for generations. It lives on in books, performances, and in every person they inspired. Andrea's voice is now part of the chorus calling us to be better, kinder, and more loving. Andrea Gibson's legacy is written in love, a living, breathing thing that grows in those they inspired. They taught us poetry is about connection, building a world where everyone feels seen and valued. Their life's work was a love letter to humanity, showing that honest stories are worthy of being told. Andrea's courage and authenticity are a guiding star, challenging us to live boldly and love fiercely. The love that defined Andrea's life, partnership, friendship, community, is their most enduring lesson. Love is an action showing up, listening, caring. Their legacy reminds us that relationships are our greatest masterpieces. We remember Andrea not for how they died, but for how they lived, with passion, purpose, and hope. Their life was a poem, its final lines echoing love forever.